TDS has many Western units, such as the Cowboy, that is based off a time period hundreds of years ago. And today I'm going to be trying to beat Normal, Molten, and Fallen mode with only units from the 1800s, aka the Wild West era. This means I'm only allowed to bring 3 units, which are the Hunter, Cowboy, and Farm. The first map we will be playing on in this video is Iceville. And of course selecting normal mode. And now all I need is $50 more to buy on my first Cowboy. There we go. And if you've never played TDS before, what makes the Cowboy so freaking good is its ability to give you money every 5 shots. So it's just like a farm, except it does damage. And when wave 3 hits, I decide to upgrade my Cowboy, giving me more money. And now that I'm making $50 per 5 shots, I decide that it's time for a second Cowboy. Following with the Hunter, and now we are just shredding any units that come in our path. When wave 7 arrives along with the big boss, we end up demolishing it easily. Right after, I end up placing some farms down, so not only my Cowboy will be producing money, but also my farm. And then I end up placing another Cowboy, making me even more money. Yo Billy, you hopping on Fortnite later? Yeah man, I'll invite you. And when wave 16 arrives, I have an insane amount of Cowboys ready to beat the giant boss, which we end up doing so. And a couple waves later, we have a wave that has 3 giant bosses. I end up having to place a bunch of extra Cowboys in the back of the map so we wouldn't die. And in the end, we are successful. Afterwards, I end up upgrading my farms. And as the waves got insanely difficult, wave 30 had finally arrived. With having 40,000 health, the grave digger came out of its grave, and now it's time to defeat it. Now, one really bad thing is because I have no support towers, one stun from the grave digger just makes all my towers stop shooting for like 5 seconds. And he did this like 10 different times. But with enough of me selling old towers and placing new ones, we had defeated the grave digger, and now it's time to move on to Molten Mode. Now for Molten Mode, we will be playing on Grass Isle. And the reason why I chose this map is because one Cowboy can shoot all the way around the circle, so I get the most coverage, ultimately doing the most damage. And there we go, I have my first Cowboy, which we will skip the wave so we can go ahead and upgrade him twice. Following with the second Cowboy. I mean, just look at these guys. Are you still up for that game of Fortnite later? To beat Molten Mode, I will have to farm a lot more. So by wave 7, I start my farm. And at wave 10, when we get our first boss, we take it out pretty easy. And at wave 12, I had both of my Cowboys, one-handing their revolvers, looking as cool as can be, and now we're looking pretty good. And at wave 15, I had 5 Cowboys, and right after finished upgrading my farms. And at wave 19, I got my first dual-wielding Cowboy. So when the giant boss came, I was well prepared. We ended up taking it out super duper easily. And at wave 24, I had 25 Cowboys. The waves kept on getting more and more difficult, but I was able to buy like an infinite amount of Cowboys with how much money I was making, because like, just look at this. And here I just do a time lapse of the next 2 waves until the final boss comes, which is a good time to go ahead and like and subscribe on this video. So yes, please do so. Anyways, back to the video. Now wave 40 was here, and it was finally time for the Molten boss to come out. With having 70,000 health, I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to beat this boss, but just like last time, with enough of selling old units and constantly getting all my units frozen, we finally defeated the Molten boss. And now it's time to move on to the final mode of this video, the Fallen mode. And for the final map in this video, we will be playing on Winter Bridges. Now, like all the other maps in this video, this map is actually really good for coverage too. So on wave 2, I placed a Cowboy directly in the center of all these paths, because it has the most coverage. And on wave 7, I had gotten a Hunter to go along with my other 3 Cowboys. And on wave 8, I started farming because I'm gonna have to farm even more than I did on Molten Mode to make enough money for all my Cowboys. And we did end up beating the normal boss, I just was too busy focusing on my farms to show it, so yeah. And when the giant boss at wave 22 came, he got destroyed too. But tragically at wave 30, when the 6,000 health tank came out, it just barely got by, meaning that we had finally lost. Are you still up for that game of Fortnite later?